Hi, welcome back to this channel. Alright, Josephat Place here, and today I'll be taking your market trading on Forex trading sessions part 2. So this is a continuation of the former previously posted video, alright, which is the lecture 2 of the trading sessions and currency pairs. So do well to check it out, alright, and then come back to this video so you fully understand what we're discussing here, because there are some basics that we might not mention here that we have dealt with earlier. So do well to check it out, please. Starting off with our risk warning. All right, pause this, take a good look at this, ensure you fully understand it before proceeding, and you proceeding is an indication that you fully agree to the terms and conditions as stated above. So let's get to it, guys. A little recap here on the last time. We have three trading sessions. We have the Asian session, the European session, and the US session, which is also known as the North American session. So you have the major markets here. So you have the New York here, the London here, Sydney here, Tokyo here, and the hours, all right, GMT from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's for the Tokyo session. We have the Sydney from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. We have the London session from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then we have the New York, which is also known as the US, all right, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Some people just consider this from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. All right, so we're going to take a good look at all these, all right, in a bit more detailed form. All right, so you get to understand this better. So here's the first one. That's the Asian session. You have the most volatile pairs during the Asian session are currency pairs that include the Japanese yen, which is also known as the JPY. So such are, you have the odd JPY, US JPY, NZD JPY, GBP JPY, and also in the Tokyo session we have pairs like EURCHEF, ODCHEF, ODUSD, NZD, USD. So those are the pairs that will have most volatile during this Asian session. All right, both the Tokyo and the Sydney session. So you could do well to check these pairs in their sessions, right? Make sure you and to notice that for yourself, the volatility and so forth for yourself. All right. Later on in this video, we discuss about the reason why you should check each pair in their sessions and why you want to ensure that you do trade them in their session. All right. Very, very important. It's very, very key and vital to your profitability in trading. All right, so we have the European session here. The most volatile pairs during the London session are GBP and Euros and the Euro pair. They have the lowest spreads and the highest volumes. These include GBP USD, Euro USD, GBP Euro GBP, GBP JEF, and Euro JEF. So these are the most popular pairs. All right. I have to mention here. All right, sorry, that these are the most popular pairs that are traded during this session, right? And that they are not the only pairs, right, that could be traded during the European session, right? So there are other pairs out there, but these are the most popularly traded, so that we could all have an idea of what we are discussing about here. So that's super important, guys. Okay. So moving on to the New York session. Well, the most volatile pairs during the New York session are the USD pairs. Right, they have the lowest spreads, most volumes, and provide the best trading opportunities. So they include the GBP USD, Euro USD, Euro GBP, GBP JEF, and Euro JEF. Once again, these are the most popularly traded pairs during this session. We have the gold, for example, XAU USD. You have the Nasdaq, and so forth and so forth. They are all right pairs that are traded during the US session. But here we're talking about some currency pairs, and the most popular, right? And there you have them, as you see that. So that's super important. And there's a little assignment here. Check your chart on the MT4 during any of these sessions and observe the difference in volatility to when those sessions are over on a particular pair. So what I simply mean here is that you could pick the GBP USD, for example, and check its volatility during the New York session, or as you can notice here, it appears in both sessions, so or in the European session, compared to its volatility when it's in the Asian session, then you'll notice a very large significant difference, not just in volatility but also in terms of spread. All right, and that's super vital to us as traders. So now I said I was going to tell you why you should trade Bitcoin in the session. Now the thing is this: if, for example, you have the odd GPI, for example, right, and you're going to make an entry on it, right, but you're making that entry during the European session or even the US session, what's really going to happen is this: you have very low volatility in the market, right, and also significantly large spread from your brokers. That's because you are getting into that pair on the wrong or in the wrong session or time frame, and that's simply going to lead you to a loss, because when the market session actually opens for the same odd GPY, it's going to pick up volatility, right? And this could at times mean spikes, right, just like news events and so forth, or also just simply go in the opposite direction. That's why we always recommend that you are in a position and the session is about to end. If it's not a swing trade or a position entry, a position trade or so forth, if it's a day trade or a scalp, you close it up immediately, all right, because you do not know how the next session, the next opening of the market is going to react and so forth. So it's super important that you take note of that. And secondly, you have the something very important that we do here is best to engage each session when they overlap. Now, what do you mean by this? For example, in the Asian session, most people consider the Asian session to be from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. All right, the best to engage in the Asian session is from 12 a.m. All right, 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Why do I say this? Because within 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., these two sessions are active. Now, imagine someone getting into an entry by 10 p.m. and the Tokyo session is like up. When it's going to open, the market is going to pick up volatility, and like I said, JPY, for example, any one of these pairs, right? Any one of these would pick up volatility, all right, and that could mean a significant difference to your entry, the entry that you made, or so forth. So that's super important. It's best to engage each session when they're already overlapped. That way, it's volatile. Yes, both sessions are active, and whatever decisions you make on the market at that time could be very, very much reliable than when you do it when the session is closed and another is open. So that's one key thing there. Now, for the European and the US session, you have that, both of them overlap, right? From, the US session starts by 12 p.m., but a lot of people consider to get into it from 2 p.m. That's because, like, US is the US is the most traded pair, and also we usually have a lot of news events and so forth on it. So it's best to allow the market to pick up volatility as well. When it opens, that's by 12 p.m. So you could wait till about 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. just like a lot of people popularly do. It's popularly known that the US session, all right, is mostly traded by 2 p.m. all right to 5 p.m. right. So you could do well to also use that method, all right, because within 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. within 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. we have these two sessions overlap. All right, it's true that the European session closes by 4 p.m. but you could also maybe just lock it up by 4 p.m. and you're out of the market. All right, but some people decide to still hold it until 5 p.m. because of the fact that the market is closed by 8 p.m. and they see a significant time difference between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. So still some hours left for the market to close. It's still considered early for them, all right, to get into a position, all right, within that particular time frame. So do well to ensure you make use of each time frame when they overlap with another. That way you are not in a position and then because of another session being opened, the peak of volatility comes to disrupt your entry and so forth. Super important, guys, as we proceed. Okay, so that's your assignment. Do well to do it, right? Check it out for yourself. and confirm what we just discussed in this video. So go where the weather suits your clothes. All right, this was said by Harry Nielsen. Now, this simply means that you should make use of what suits you best. All right, some people are really busy during the day, and they just prefer working at night. So here, isn't the Asian session could be awesome for you in that case, or some people just prefer working at night and they're more focused and so forth. That's awesome. The Asian session is for you. Some people, they will like grinding up early, and so the European session is for you. It opens by 7 a.m. already. From 8 in 8 to 12 p.m. you are in and you're out. All right, and that's awesome for you. You have that. And guys, I would like maybe in the evening or during the day, in the afternoon, for example, I like to grind and do some work and so forth, be on the market and whatever. You could get in on the New York session and so forth, and ensure that you have those best trading levels in their sessions. Right, well, little advice here. All right, yes, you are doing what suits you, but every single thing in life has conditions. All right, so if you're coming up, for example, for the Asian session, do well to prepare ahead for it. All right, so it's not by 10 p.m. or by the 12 a.m. that you want to get into some position that you just get on the market. Do well if you know you're going to be engaging into the session by 12 a.m. Sorry, ensure that by 10 p.m. at least an hour or two before you get on the market and do your analysis. Properly prepare yourself for the session. Check the news. Ensure your all the essentials, all right, for your strategy, for whatever you use in your system, all right, are intact. All right, you do your analysis properly. You take your time to ensure that, all right, and there is no I would say there is no urge, right, for you to make an entry, because you've taken the time to properly prepare yourself for the trading session before it even opened, right? And that could be a really great advantage for everyone or anyone who does that. So super important. All right, so go where the weather suits your clothes. All right, so thank you very much for following us in this video. Shows I felt blessed here. I'm really glad to have taken you to the second part of Forex trading sessions. Thank you very much and have a nice day.